God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Oh, God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything and every little thing that I need. And I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Oh, God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything, every little thing I need. God gives me, God gives me. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Oh, God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything and every little thing that I need. And I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Oh, God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything, every little thing I need. God gives me, God gives me,
People get ready. There's a train a-coming. Don't need no ticket. You just get on.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything gives me everything I need. Oh, God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything and every little thing that I need. And I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Oh, God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything, everything I need. God gives me everything, every little thing, every little thing I need. God gives me, God gives me, God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Oh, God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything and every little thing that I need. And I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Oh, God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything, everything I need. God gives me everything, every little thing, every little thing I need. God gives me.
Good morning. Welcome to our Sunday celebration. My name is Reggie Kapp. I'm both the operations administrator and a practitioner here at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. Before we start, we would greatly appreciate if you would share this live stream. Hi, live streamers, to help us spread our message. All right, so hopefully if you've got your electronic device, you can do that for us. All right, wonderful. At Columbia CSL, we live the truth of who we are through our identity, mission, and vision statements. Our identity statement is, we are a diverse community of belonging and growth, sharing the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. And our vision states that we are contributing to a world that works for everyone. And we carry out that vision through our mission. We are a welcoming, inclusive, spiritual center where everyone can be seen and heard. We lovingly practice the principles of science of mind in the world. All right, beautiful, thank you. I invite you now to set an intention for this week. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to sink into the feeling of that intention right now as you open to receive Spirit's guidance throughout our time together. We have a saying here, singing or listening to music is like praying twice. So we begin each service with a song. Our guest artist today is the one and only, our favorite recurring singer, songwriter, performer, artist, Felicia Taylor. Yay. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. This morning, I'm going to be doing a Lauren Daigle song called Hold On To Me. When the best of me is barely breathing, when I'm not somebody I believe in, hold on to me. When I miss the light, the night is stolen. When I'm slamming all the doors you've opened, hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me when it's too dark to see you. When I am sure I haven't reached the end. Hold on to me when I forget I need you. When I let go, hold me again. When I don't feel like I'm worth defending. When I'm tired of all my pretending, hold on to me. When I start to break in desperation, underneath the weight of expectation, hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me when it's too dark to see you. When I am sure I haven't reached the end. Hold on to me when I forget I need you. When I let go, hold me again. I could rest here in your arms forever. 'Cause I know nobody loves me better. Hold on to me. Hold on to me.
It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Felicia. And we have other recurring guests that we love too, so don't get your feelings hurt if you're watching this. But thank you so much. That was just gorgeous. All right, if this is your first time experiencing Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, we welcome you. We thank you for joining us today. We want you to know that no matter who you are or whatever your spiritual path, you are welcome here. We invite you to visit our website, www.columbiacsl.com, to learn more about our spiritual community, replay past services, find articles, and other resources. And please check out our calendar on our website for events and opportunities to gather with our community. So I will mention a few of those things now, because exciting things are happening. This week, Dr. Nadine will host a discovery class Monday evening at 7 p.m. If you are interested in becoming a member here at Columbia CSL, please sign up for this class or see me after service. It is a requirement for membership. Also this week, the Creatives Group will gather on Saturday, October 20th from 3 to 5 p.m. You can sign up from the link or on our website, and that has traditionally this year been an in-person and or virtual. So you have some opportunities there. All right, our next community step is to participate in the co-creation process as we move forward in calling in our new minister. Yeah. We have sent out, We've sent out an information sheet sharing an overview of the co-creation process, the time and the dates of the involvement. And if any member in good standing wishing to partake in the new minister's Sacred Covenant Creation team should contact Dr. Nadine directly. So it's important work. It's a commitment. It's several hours, a couple of different times, but it's important. And so join me on that team. I'm going to be on that team. All right, there's still time to register for Dr. Joanne Lanning's popular New Thought 4-week course, Practicing the Healing Energy of Prayer. All right, it begins this Tuesday, November 16th, and the next 4 Tuesdays could truly transform your life. So please sign up for this class if it calls to you. We are in the process of creating a fun fall fundraiser for Columbia CSL. And just stay tuned for more information. We don't have everything nailed down yet, but that's coming together really quickly. So we'll have amazing prizes, I'm sure. All right. And lastly, on November 28th, here at the Hawthorne Center, we will be selling the beautiful knit work of Joan Jones. Joan is a longtime member here, and for the last several years, she's been in an assisted living, I guess is the way you call it, and she isn't able to join us in person. And this is one way that she wants to give to the community that she loves. So for more information and to sign up for any of our events, please visit our website, columbiacsl.com/events, or stay informed through our weekly newsletters. And if you're not currently receiving our emails, see me after service and I'll get you signed up. All right. All righty. So now let us consciously engage in spiritual practice together. We invite you to settle in, to center yourself in this moment, and to find that sacred place within, where spirit is all there is. We will have a contemplative reading by, who will we have that reading by? Dr. Lisa Gord. You're doing the reading today? Yes, thank you. Dr. Lisa, I'm sorry I had the wrong name. In just a moment. Sorry about that. All right, I got a little confused here. All right. And then we will have a guided meditation by one of our practitioners, Rebecca Bell. All right. Thank you, Dr. Lisa. Sorry, I just said the wrong name. I know it was you. Lisa.
Discovering the Who That Is You by Reverend Karen Wiley from the April 2021 Science of Mind magazine. We begin with 2 quotes. There is something in every one of you that awaits and listens for the sound of the genuine in yourself. It is the only true guide you will ever have. And if you cannot hear it, you will, with all of your life, spend your days on the ends of strings that somebody else pulls. That's a quote by Howard Thurman. And the second quote is from our own Ernest Holmes from the Science of Mind book on page 109. Dr. Holmes says, "So man must be created with the possibility of limitless freedom and let alone to discover himself." If I asked you the question, "Who are you?" you would probably give me an answer like mother, father, sister, teacher, mechanic, seamstress, wife, banker, waitress, or some other identification having to do with how you see yourself in relation to the outer world. When my grandson was born, I called him the baby Buddha because I could see his innocence. He would sit quietly with his big wide eyes, curious about everything, shining his innocence and radiance into the world for all to see. As I recognized his perfection, I felt that we all begin that way, undamaged and innocent, radiant and filled with light. For our sake and the sake of others around us, we need to go back to the beginning. We can do so by asking the questions, who am I? Who am I beyond all the false beliefs and stories I've held about myself? Who am I beyond the distractions I create? Who am I beyond my fear? Who am I beyond what you want me to be? Finding out who we are on a deeper level brings us freedom and personal integrity beyond anything we've ever experienced. We find the desire to forgive ourselves and others for our own sake and for peace of mind. We can see we are lovable and worthy of all the happiness we have desired. We begin to live a glorious life of integrity and truth. We no longer spend our days on the ends of strings that somebody else pulls. Please join me in this affirmation. I am perfect. I am whole. I am complete. And so it is. Namaste.
And please make yourself comfortable as you allow yourself to go within to experience the indwelling of God. This one God, one intelligence, the one spirit is everything, the all of life. In meditation now, you are invited to be even more consciously aware of this indwelling presence. Breathe in, breathe out. As you breathe in deeply, notice the expansion in your body. This expansion represents your willingness to embrace. As you breathe out, notice the contraction of your body. This contraction represents your willingness to release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in deeply and feel the expansion of the indwelling God. And breathe out. Release any fears or hesitations you may be holding on to that keeps you from experiencing your divinity. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathing in the awareness of the divine presence that is you. And breathing out any thoughts of disbelief. And with this recognition, we recognize that God is all there is. There is one presence operating in all. that awe felt in the presence of a beautiful sunset, or the sounds of laughter of a child, or the breaking of the waves of the ocean, that awe, that one is the God of me. Breathe in that knowing. I know the sensation in my body of the presence of God creates the feeling of the presence of God. And from this place, I use the divine power of my thoughts. I know that today I am free. I know that living from the truth of who I am today unfolds experiences of great joy and connection. And for that, I am profoundly, truly grateful. I am grateful for the knowledge and understanding of the one divine presence. I am grateful for the experiences of divine presence I noticed today. The beautiful, colorful leaves, this community, the beloveds here. I'm grateful for this gathering, grateful for these faces, grateful for the love. I'm grateful for the music and the message and the service today. I'm grateful for all I've received today and all I know I am experiencing. So I release this word with a yes, with an expectancy of expanding joy, love, peace, God. With these words, I release, and so it is. Namaste, Ashe, Aho, Amen.
Thank you so much to Dr. Lisa Gordon and to Rebecca Bell for that beautiful time of spiritual practice. All right. In this spiritual community, our practitioners and ministers are eager to know the truth with you. We invite you to leave a prayer request in our prayer box at the front of the room here, or you can leave a prayer request online at any time. Visit our website and leave one there, or email prayer@columbiacsl.com, and we will hold your truth in prayer throughout the week. And now it's my pleasure to introduce once again Felicia Taylor. Yay!
This is a song that I wrote maybe earlier this year called Possibilities. Packing gems of stories never told before. This time before us, like an open door. Truth is shining just like diamonds on the floor, waiting for us to knock upon the door. All the possibilities are endless. I am open. All the possibilities are endless. What are we waiting for? A time for new, the old has passed and gone. We're forever changing, just like a song. This book of life changes as we turn the pages. It's up to us to write where we belong. All possibilities are endless. I am open. All the possibilities are endless. What are we waiting for? I'm open. I'm open to all of life's possibilities. Thank you, God, for what you're giving me. I'm open. I'm open. possibilities. What are we waiting for? Tell me, what are we waiting for? The possibilities. So tell me, what are we waiting for? I am open. I am open. For the possibilities. What are we waiting for? For the possibilities. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for?
Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. Unbelievable. That was just so beautiful. And you wrote that. That's just gorgeous. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, I've got God bumps here. Okay. All right. Now, we have a special treat. We have a video now. Let's hear from our very own Claudette Gadsden to find out what's happening with our global connection. Take it away, Don.
Good morning, CCSL. It is so wonderful to be with you this morning, although I am virtual. My name is Claudette Gadsden, and I am treasurer of our Board of Trustees. I also have the absolute honor to serve our community on a larger scale as a member of the CSL Member Council. So I'm really excited about that because it's important that we know what CSL does for us and for all of our member communities. And talking about my role on the member council, I am up for election this year. So please keep me in your prayers through this election as well as through the process of serving our community on a larger scale. So talking about the elections, we have the convention coming up, which is really fast approaching. It is January 18th through the 21st, and the early registration ends on November 15th. So if you want to get in it, do it so you can save a couple dollars if you do it before November 15th. And hopefully I'll see some of you there. And also on November 15th, we have the CSL Connection Call where we talk about what's happening in CSL. And there are some things that may be of interest to you to learn more about, again, what's happening in the global organization. So on this call on Monday, which is at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, they're going to talk about the convention and the elections. And so that might be an interesting call to participate in. Also on November 15th, CSL is hosting a candid and courageous conversation that's titled Transgender Resilience and Remembrance. And that's also on November 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want more information or to register for that candid conversation, you can do that at inclusion@csl.org. Thank you so much. It is so good to be here with you. Have a great Sunday.
Great. Thank you, Claudette. She's probably watching, I guess. Mm-hmm. All right. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our speaker for the day, licensed practitioner Io McClenney, with her message entitled Breaking the Energetic Cords. Woohoo!
Thanks, Reggie. Oh, it's just a delight to be here as always. And I'm wearing my halo, and I don't know if anybody realizes why I'm wearing the halo, but when our class received the blessing of this community to be recognized as licensed practitioners, we were all gifted with this stole and with the halo. So this is in celebration of my first renewal as a licensed practitioner. Thank you. And just how delightful I am to be able to serve not only in this community, but also on our leadership council for all centers of spiritual living across the globe. And if you want to speak to me about the upcoming conference, the member connection, or about the inclusion workshop, I'll be here. I've been participating in these events for many years, and I will lovingly answer all of your questions. So let me start by saying, again, I am grateful to be here. And today I was welcomed with the presence of my sister, licensed teacher from Unity, Teresa Wyatt. Teresa and I met through Mary Morrissey. And I am just shocked, amazed, and thrilled that she is here. So with all of that, I just want to remind everyone about Course in Miracles, Lesson 273, that says, the stillness of the peace of God is mine. So help me tone it down so I can get into my talk for today. So the title is Breaking Energetic Cords. And the purpose of today's talk is simply to share what I've learned in the hope that my experience is meaningful to someone, because we are all in a practice. That is what religious science is about. It's about the practice of every day getting up, every day being aware of the opportunities, every day listening to the thoughts, and every day knowing where to put our individual power. You know, I just want to be clear to the people in the room and the people out in Facebook land that our power is not dissipated because we acknowledge a thought. It is so important. Ernest Holmes said, hey, this is modern day Ernie, okay? He said, hey, y'all. That's what he would have said. Hey, y'all. Don't deny what's really there, all right? Remember, our consciousness is, in my mind, there are three sides to that stool. One is the spiritual, one is our physical, and the other is our psychological or mental, where I know my ego keeps me tied almost all the time. My spiritual being, my spiritual me, which none of us can see, often not even myself, thank goodness, it holds for me. And it says, I have faith in you, Io, that you will reach the highest height. I have faith in you, Io, and I'm going to keep that faith going. And that gives me glimpse. My mental, my ego glimpses those things sometimes. Does that happen to you? You ever out somewhere and you perhaps look at a pair of shoes, or you look at a book, or you think about a vacation you want to take, and instead of having reasons why that's not yours, you're like in it. You're like prancing around in the shoes, or you're on the ship, and that quickly you have a sensation of just joy that can't be expressed in words. Those are energetic cords. Energetic cords are simply our feelings, the ones that we choose to connect with. Maybe choose isn't the right word, because I am often subconsciously connecting. And maybe it is the right word, because living subconsciously is a choice. So, as always, I do my best to let you know what is going on behind all this gray matter. So just kind of like connect where you can, and know that every bit of what I say may not be part of the lesson for you. And afterwards, speak to me, because you're here to teach me. This is a call and response experience, always, forever, no questions. I don't know, but I was a little bit shocked one day when I was preparing for a presentation at work. Some of you may know about 3 years ago, I made what may seem like a drastic change in my career, and started in a whole new industry, doing things where I had to read papers in order to go to meetings to understand what people were talking about. And I caught a glimpse of something that said, this little voice, you don't have anything to say to these people. You're wasting their time. They don't want to hear from you. What are you going to bring? I heard these words in my head while I was preparing to do this talk, which I was nervous about. But at the same time, I heard something say, you got this. Something else said, this is fun. Something said, people want to hear what you're talking about. And then something said, what's for dinner? Your shoes hurt. I'm like, wait a minute, all these things are happening. What am I supposed to be paying attention to? So I made a choice in that moment of where to put my attention. I decided in that moment to put my attention on that thought that made my body feel uncomfortable. That thought that made me shit just a little bit. That thought that did not seem like it was the thought that I should be having. And that was, you're wasting their time. That was, you don't have anything to say that they want to hear. When I put my attention on those thoughts, they just multiplied, right? I don't know, I'm gonna take a little step back. Anybody remember Star? Remember, the troubles were just everywhere. You couldn't stop them. They multiplied, they were everywhere. That's what was happening in my head with those negative thoughts. So in that moment, I took the power from those thoughts and I said, I accept the energy. I don't accept the thought, I accept the energy. And I'll speak about that a little bit more in a moment. So when I was able to sit with those thoughts and their multiplication of other thoughts, and the longer I sat, the meaner these thoughts got. They were really mean things that I would not say to other people. A part of me was saying to me. That wasn't the worst of it. The worst of it is that these thoughts, they sounded so familiar. These thoughts just lulled me into them. And as that was happening, a thought came up. These aren't new. You've been listening to these. That's why they sound so familiar. That's why the voice is so syrupy. It's not yelling at me. It's not saying, they don't want to hear what you have to say. It's saying, they don't want to hear what you have to say. That's when I realized, oh my God, I've been listening to those thoughts. These are so familiar, so accepted in my consciousness. Oops. Up until now, right? Up until now, they were so accepted in my consciousness that they could just come and go whenever they wanted. And I would just say, more, please. And the universe would do what? Give me more, because I was asking for it. But for some reason, that moment, and I don't care the reason, it doesn't matter the reason. Some reason in that moment, I heard it differently, didn't resonate. And I listened, I felt, I received the change in my body in that moment. That's one of like my favorite ways to just sort of express how being mindful is such an all-day thing. Oh my gosh. It is tiring. So sometimes I'm not mindful. And sometimes it says, they don't want to hear what you have to say. And I say, yeah, you're right. But there are other times when I say, well, that's just ridiculous. I just accept that I hear that and I move on to the thoughts that I want to multiply from. So how do I do that? Well, I have some of them written down. Pull out my little card. Now read it. To seed, remember, we are seeding our minds. So constantly seeding. And one of the tools that I use is this book. There are many different daily guides, and this is called Guidance for a Spiritual Journey. And it is a book of daily guidances by Daniel Lee Morgan, Reverend Dr. Daniel Lee Morgan. He is the founder of the Guidance Church of Religious Science in Los Angeles, California. He has transitioned already, but let me just read what he has for November 14th, which, by the way, is today, and I don't know how he knew that this is what would work so well. He writes, first, it's entitled Open the Door. And this is just a segment. The place that you are in at any moment is reality. The state of consciousness which you have at that moment. Always remember this. Life is from within outward and never from without inward. You are the center of power in your own life. So be sure not to take on any false suggestions. How many times have we heard from the inside out? This term false suggestions, let's kind of do a little fun exercise. So if you're in the room, I put little pieces of paper in the little baskets so that you could do a little bit of writing. I'm going to take you through a little exercise. If you're not in the room, you can grab something to write on, or if you'd rather just use your phone to take notes, that's fine. So it's not complicated, it's simple. I just want each of us to call into our mind in this moment something that you want for yourself, something that you desire, something you're afraid to tell your best friend about, something that you desire in your life. Think about it. Just think about it. Bring it in. Maybe it's a boat. Maybe it's a trip around the world. Maybe it's one last conversation with a loved one who's no longer physically with you. Could be anything. And if you aren't able to think of something, then look out of the window, and maybe it's about seeing beautiful green space everywhere. Just have something. So now I'm going to hope that you have something, and I want you to use that piece of paper to simply start writing the thoughts that multiply from your desire to have this thing in your life. Just don't edit, just write. Nobody's going to see this. Just write what they could be, what they are, what pops into your head. Are they no's? Are they yeses? Are they buts? Here they are. Sorry. Not as experienced as Alicia. Okay, so I see some people still writing. No worries. No worries. This is a fun kind of thing you can do anytime you want to funly torture yourself. Because what I want you to do now is I want you to look at the list, but not from the top down, from the bottom up. Look at the last thing you wrote. Is the last thing that you wrote in your list something that says, yes, we can do it? Or is the last thing you wrote on your list something that says, nah, not happening? You don't have to share it with anybody. But here's what this exercise can do. You see, We are so well trained. My grandparents trained me, my parents, my siblings, my cousins. They trained me, right, to be a good girl. So good girls think these things, and good girls think that. But I tell you, if a good girl starts to write a list for at least a minute, she gets to what it is she's really thinking, and that's what you want to find out. What it is you're really thinking. Because the first few are going to be censored. Mine are censored with the good girl lens. We all have our own lenses. That's why I like, look at the bottom. Look at the last thing. And if that last thing on the list is in your mind not saying yes, keep writing. Keep writing. You know, we spend our lives learning how to live as human beings. Because that's the joy of being on this planet. In this moment, I'm a spiritual being learning, sometimes it feels like the hard way, how to be a human being, how to live with this limitation of my human thinking, where I only use a small bit of my mind, and I don't have enough words for the way I really feel. And then not only how do I do that, but how do I do that with you as you're doing that for yourself? Right? The power of recognizing where our thoughts are is the power of really understanding who we are in the moment. So why is it so important to talk about in the moment? It is so important because moments change, thoughts change, who we are changes, our understanding of everything changes. So this exercise, this ability, I did it again, this ability to, accept and release, so important. You want me here? Oh, okay, thank you. It's so important. So when I say accept and I talk about energy, I'm not saying I'm accepting those negative things. I'm not at all accepting that I don't have what they want to hear or what someone in this room or on Facebook wants to hear. I'm just accepting the energy. You know, we spend a lot of time naming energy. Energy is impersonal. So when we're naming it, we're just projecting from the inside out. So just as if I love you is energy, I hate you is energy. You're good enough is energy, you're not enough is energy. I accept I love you. I didn't change. I accept I hate you, Aya. Didn't change. We put so much emphasis, I believe, I understand, on trying to make sense of those things which just are senseless. If human beings would come on this planet and simply commit to living their fullest and best life, that's it. Not living Rebecca's fuller best life, even though I know it's wonderful. It's not going to look the same and feel the same on me. Not Don's best life. It's not going to look the same or feel the same on me. But my own best life. That's all that any of us need to do. So what I want to do is I want to just walk you through very quickly what I do. So first of all, I always remind myself to live from gratitude. And that takes a lot of praying and a lot of affirmations and a lot of being clear about who's in my space and who's having the ability to influence my thinking. And what is it that I want? Setting the intentions. So if you feel safe, I want you to close your eyes and then repeat after me. I accept the energy. My good always comes to me, and I have everything I need. Thank you. One more time. I accept the energy. My good always comes to me. I have everything I need. Thank you. That's it. It can wipe a slate partially clean, but clean enough that I can say, oh, wow, that's not what I want my thoughts to be. Those are not the thoughts I want to build on. Those are not the thoughts that I want to guide me in my life. Allow yourself to consider this concept that I refer to as neutralizing thoughts. Just allow yourself. You don't have to buy fully into it. Remember, I'm just like you. I'm changing all the time. But if you hadn't considered it, consider it today and see if it makes a difference, and let me know if it makes a difference. So when I say I accept, again, I'm allowing the energy to be neutralized. And after neutralizing, I immediately accept my good. I immediately know that my good comes to me. And this is to replace whatever the thought is that I've accepted the energy of. You know, nature abhors a vacuum. So if you sweep something out the door, something else is going to come in. Think about what you're letting in. Then sit in the expectancy and know that I have everything I need is the truth in and of that moment. And always approach this work with gratitude. Always. That's all that you need to take to business, the business of life, the business of living as human beings. So what I want to do in closing, because as always, I'm off script, have no idea where I am in time. I don't know, I hope that this makes sense to you today. But what I want to do is I want to close with an affirmative prayer that Dr. Dan wrote for today. Because I just adore Dr. Dan and I want to share him with you. Right here and right now, I have an unconditional faith in the goodness of God. The omnipresence of infinite spirit surrounds me. I realize that I am a pure spiritual entity, an individualization of the one perfect life. Since my world of experience is shaped according to my thoughts, from this moment on, I think constructively, always using mature judgment and wisdom. I accept unlimited good and implicit faith in God. God responds to my words without hindrance or delay. And so it is. Amen. Aho. Ashe. Get out there and make it good.
All right. Thank you so much, Io. That was fabulous. I love it when you go off script. It's great. It's so good. All right. And so now we get one more special treat from Felicia Taylor for one last song. Thank you, Felicia.
This is a song I hope everyone will sing along with me if you know it. It's I Can See Clearly Now by Jimmy Cliff. It's a nice, fun one.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. Come on! It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yes, I can make it now, the rain is gone. All of those bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue sky. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day.
Make sure to give yourselves a nice round of applause, too.
All right. Thank you so much, Felicia. You can check out more of Felicia at www.FeliciaTaylorMusic.com. You can follow her on Facebook to hear more of her beautiful music. Felicia's been releasing new songs, and they are available just about anywhere you stream music, right? Just look up your name. Okay, that's great. FeliciaTaylorMusic.com. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so blessed in this community. Thank you, thank you. All right, and now it's time for our conscious giving. So we have just received, and now we can participate in the law of circulation by giving back. And I invite you to invoke feelings of love and gratitude and abundance, and allow them to fill you and to fill the space around you. And now let's use the power of our word and speak the prosperity affirmation together. I know that the infinite abundance of the universe blesses and multiplies this offering, and so it is. So feel free to place your offerings in the baskets on the table, and somebody will collect them at the end of service. And for those of you tuning in virtually, we offer easy ways to share your good with our community. You can make a one-time or recurring donation through our website. Again, that's www.columbiacsl.com. Or you can text your donation to us at 410-498-6175. We receive and appreciate all gifts and tithes. And thank you so much for supporting us so that we can remain a vital and thriving center for your spiritual nourishment and for mine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we know that as we give, we receive with abundance and gratitude. Would you please join me as we bless and receive every gift bestowed upon Columbia CSL? Together, we receive these gifts, knowing that they nurture and support our vision of contributing to a world that works for everyone, and so it is. On behalf of our entire community, We thank you for being part of our spiritual family today, and we look forward to seeing you again. Join us next week for our virtual-only celebration service with our interim minister, Reverend Dr. Nadine Rogers, speaking on Perception is Everything. Woohoo! And next week's guest artist will be Amy Bishop. So here at Columbia CSL, we believe in the power of affirmative prayer. So feel free to approach a practitioner after service for what we call a 1-minute miracle. Simply let the practitioner know what you would like prayer for, and they will be happy to affirm the spiritual truth of your life and of your experience. And now it's my pleasure to invite Io to close our service with a benediction. And if you're a practitioner in the room and you want to join us up front, feel free to do that too.
I don't want it to end. Can we hang out after? Okay. So today has been a day that started out with peace and joy and love, and there's no reason why any of that changes. So as we move through the day today, let's all hold in our hearts and in our knowing that we have what we need, that we are loving, lovable, and perfect, and that nothing and no one ever can change that. And so it is.
So it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In the silence, there is peace. In the silence, there is unspoken joy. In the silence, there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this whole